special magic fingers to kick things off, talking about how to be brave when you want to hold back. I actually just did this and then it didn't record, so I'm doing it again. So thanks for hanging in with me, guys. Have been having this conversation quite a bit with folks about being brave and what that means and how to do that, because so many of us, I think, hold back what we really want to say, or this amazing idea that we have, or this thing that we so would love to give, but we think that people won't like it, or that we're just being crazy, or unrealistic is a really popular one. And so I had actually written about this back in September, and there's a blog post that I will put in the comments as a link. But I wanted to speak about this a little bit more because it's something that comes up again and again and again in so many conversations. And when I'm working with clients and we're talking about the goals they most want to go after, the progress they want to make, it almost always requires courage. It requires practicing being brave. And what I really want you guys to get is that being brave is a practice. It is an experience. It's a choice. It's something that you choose to do. Okay? It is not an innate quality that one has, that there are brave people and then there's you. There's you being brave if that's something that you choose. So recently, I chose to practice my courage muscles and practice being brave by learning a new type of exercise. And I'm someone who has an athletic background. I was a competitive swimmer. I played water polo. And I had heard about this exercise called the bar method and had been told that it was amazing, but really hard at the same time, and can really transform one's muscular structure and become very strong in the core and lean and all these good things. So I decided I would go check it out. And I was reminded of how much courage it takes just to try something new, just to go about doing something that could seemingly be not that big a deal. Like you're just going to a new class, you're just trying a new exercise. But I talked to enough of you to know that that's actually something that requires courage, and it requires you getting over your clever brain. Your clever brain is that internal resistance. It's what I call your internal security system that absolutely wants you to stay where you are, to stay in what is known, to stay consistent with the narrative that you have about who you are and what you can do and what you can't do. So when I walk into the bar studio for the first time, which, mind you, was like 2 weeks ago. I've only gone to 7 classes. This was not a long period of time ago. But I walked in and, immediately felt like in my body, like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. And there's all these people who do know what they're doing. And I feel weird and awkward. Okay? Totally normal. That's one of the first steps of being brave, is you notice when you reach the perimeter of your comfort zone. And when you are in a situation where the choice to move forward, the choice to do something different is uncomfortable, and your inclination, especially as far as your clever brain is concerned, is to flee. It is to go. It is to leave this uncomfortable space. So the first thing that you've got to do is just notice that. Notice that you have come up to an opportunity to be brave. Okay? This can happen just in the course of your daily life. I promise you, it does not have to be some big thing, but it's when you notice that you're uncomfortable and you would rather retreat. So when you notice yourself in that space, then the next thing to do is to kind of brace for all the stuff that your clever brain is going to do to try to get you to leave. So, when I'm in class and trying to kind of keep up with things, it takes the practice for me to notice what's going on in my head and what's going on in my body. So you notice that your clever brain is telling you all kinds of things about how this is a terrible idea. You're not going to be able to do this. Everybody else is better than you. Everybody else can figure it out, but you can't. You should really just go home. You should give up. Those kinds of thoughts, I know you guys know what I'm talking about. When you notice that sort of thing going on, then it's time to come back into your body and just acknowledge, okay, I'm outside of my comfort zone. Clever brain's kicking it up into high gear. It's fine. That just means that you're growing. It means you're on track. That is a good sign. Your clever brain wants you to believe that it is the beginning of the end of the world. Do not listen to that. Just remember what I'm saying and go, oh, this is the part where Amy said, this is actually a good sign. Because you need to stay with it so that you can keep going in the experience and keep the practice, which is next to, once you have acknowledged that you're at the edge, you are moving into discomfort, then you get to come back into your body. So when I'm, in these positions where it's really challenging and my muscles are burning and I am swearing and muttering under my breath, then I get to breathe and pay attention to my body, to get out of my head, because my head is where my clever brain is. And my clever brain is going to want to go into the future or into the past. It does not like the present. Present is where you have access to your wisdom, where you have access to change, where you can take action. Clever brain, not interested. So it's going to have you go into the future about how this is always going to be terrible. You're not going to be able to hack it. Or it can go into the past about where you weren't able to do it before, that you screwed it up so many times. Your job, the practice of being brave, is to come back into your body in those moments, to feel your feet on the ground, to feel the burning in your quads if you happen to be in bar class, to feel the blood running through your body. I mean, these are all things where it's a very tangible practice, okay? So coming back into your body. And then the fourth thing is really just to be with yourself in that experience and be kind to yourself, be supportive of yourself. So for me, it's kind of tapping into a very quiet space in my body where there's so much going on. There's so much noise in my head, resistance, there may be the tension in my body. And I just come back into the place where I can feel what's going on and I can be kind and loving to myself as this is happening. It's sort of like if you've ever been in the ocean and had, the waves crashing over you and you keep your head down and you stay down in a ball and you just wait for it to pass. It's a similar thing to that. Because again, being brave is going into what's uncomfortable. It is going into what's unfamiliar. And you've got this whole internal effort, this whole resistance that's trying to talk you out of it. So when you choose and you decide to stay, that's you growing. And it feels shitty. I will not lie to you because I want you to be able to recognize it and recognize it as a good sign. Okay? So to be able to determine whether or not something is worth you being brave, is worth the practice, you very rarely will be able to determine that at the outset before, okay? Because again, clever brain, that's what it's doing, is trying to talk you out of it, paint it into an awful, painful experience. But when you have chosen, when you've chosen to move forward, you've practiced being with yourself, you've practiced staying grounded, you've practiced staying in the present and being kind to yourself, relentlessly kind to yourself throughout the whole process, then you come out on the other side and how that feels. And that is where you're going to get what it is that you want. That's where you're going to get the sense of feeling proud and accomplished and strong. And those are the things that pretty much all of us want. And I've had conversations with hundreds of you at this point who echo the same types of things. You want to feel proud of yourself. You want to feel impressed by yourself. You want to feel accomplished. The way to that is practicing being brave. In those moments where you want to hold back, where you want to step back, where you want to run in the other direction, you get to practice being brave. And as you do, the more you do it, the stronger you get, the more you build those courage muscles. Just like I go when I'm building my muscles. Wait, can I show you? Yeah, there you go. Oh, look at the line. Yeah. See, when you're building your muscles in your body, it's the same idea as you're building that courage. And it's just a matter of showing up. It's a matter of learning how to be with yourself in the discomfort, in the burn, in that space where you just get to center yourself. And when you do that, the courage will come, the muscles will come, and you will get where it is that you want to go. I realize that this is not easy. I realize that it's uncomfortable. And that is what it is. Okay. This is life. This is how it goes. It's not supposed to be something else. It's just is what it is. So you get to choose that. You get to practice it. And if this is something that feels overwhelming and like, I get it. And that's why I'm a progress coach. That's why I'm here to support you. And I would love for you to reach out. If this is something that you really want to master, that you know that being able to be brave, to really mastering this practice for yourself would be the difference between you staying where you are right now and going where it is that you really want to go and accomplishing what it is that you really want to accomplish, then let's have a conversation about it. Go ahead and message me here on Facebook. You can also put a comment below. I'd be happy to respond to you. But you guys, this is it. This is the difference, I will have people asking me, like, how do I get here? Or how do I really do this? Or how do I beat procrastination? Or, how do I blah? You can fill it in with almost anything. And more often than not, my answer is that you practice being brave and you take your brave next right step, one after the other. Okay, dears? So thank you for being with me. Happy to share this with you and looking forward to sharing more. Please comment below. Let me know what you're thinking, what resonated with you so that we can have a little bit more of a chat about it. And I will see you all soon. Bye, dears.